Brandel. You mentioned a little bit at the top of the show about what he has done, what he has changed, that similar to Matt Fitzpatrick, he has gained so much length and changed, really, the golfer that we knew.
You know, Cara, when he was winning major championships on the PGA Tour from the 2007 Open to the 2008 PGA Championship, he won 3 of 6 major championships and then changed his golf swing. He was questioned ad nauseum about why he would do such a thing. And he was like, listen, it was the changes that got me to win those major championships. Why would I quit changing the fact that I'm changing? That's what I do. I'm always trying to sharpen the knife. But what's amazing about this, he was talking about changing ball flights then. But to go from the player he was in 2008 to the player he is now, well, it's mind-numbing. If we go back and look at the golf swing that he had in 2008, you'll see there are some similarities, but you watch his feet, he's not lifting his lead heel here, right? And he doesn't get the hands quite as high. It's a marvelous golf swing. Obviously, that grit that was there then is still there now. I mean, that passion, that intensity, he plays with that. Remember the putt he made there, by the way, to win? It was an incredible putt against Sergio Garcia. It was a great moment for him. But if we take a look now, watch his lead heel. This is him on the first hole. But that's not the full, all-out, go-get-it. That is him trying to find the fairway finder, right? He didn't really hit the one he wanted. But when he's just trying to find the fairway, he still now elevates. He gets that center of mass up. He lifts his lead heel. He swings a little bit. He gets his arms more upright. And then he jumps, and then he dives into the ground, gets that center of mass lower. You can really see it when he's trying to get after it. He'll do this before he tees off, when he's really trying to send one. Like on the par 5s that we've seen him here this week, on the drivable par 4s, like when he really wants to send one. And here at the 18th, I mean, this is amazing, right? Because then he elevates himself. So he gets that center of mass moving up by lifting his lead heel, getting taller. And then he puts pressure into the ground with that center of mass. He lowers it, and then he jumps up, right? We've seen Bryson DeChambeau doing this. We've seen Phil Mickelson doing this. We've seen younger men doing this. But what works for these younger men appears to be working for these older men. His clubhead speed in 2007 was around 116 miles an hour. The golf swing you saw right there was probably around 120, 119 miles an hour. If you were watching this week, Rory McIlroy's ball speed off of the 6th hole was around 184 miles an hour, maybe 183, maybe 186, I think, the last 3 days, something along those lines. So that's 183 miles an hour for a 50-year-old man. To see somebody make those changes, to risk it all, right? You may start missing fairways to the extent that you can no longer find your tee shots to where you can be relevant. And then to figure out how to hit the wedge shots, because those are 2 different things. It's just fun to watch. It's really fun to listen to Padraig Harrington talk about golf. I asked him a question once in the media center, and he gave me a 3,000-word answer. It was a beautiful answer, but it was 3,000 words. And I loved every one of those 3,000 words, and I love every one of these shots that I'm watching you hit this week.
As my dad would say, like a fine wine, improving with age. And we'll see what he manages to do tomorrow as he attempts to win the US Senior Open.